Welcome to M.A.J.C,
in the
the place to go to get the news and information you can use, as well as get some information that is utter nonsense, but will bring a smile to your face. Why? Because that's what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, M.A.J.C starts now.
M.A.J.C.
Yeah, hey everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome to another episode of M.A.J.C. Miss Jennifer is not with us today, but she will be back with us next week. It is next week, right?
Yes.
She'll be back with us next week. She's out there doing her thing and enjoying concerts and stuff. But we're going to take a moment and introduce the crew that is here.
Quiet reflection. My name is Malika.
I'm April.
I'm Ruby.
You forgot your name?
No, it's just that she just say stuff and it just makes me wonder, like, why did you even say anyway?
That's because that was at school. Let's take a moment of a quiet reflection every day.
Every day.
Every day. So when you hear
So they don't want to say, like, let's take a moment to pray. Just take a moment.
What's wrong with just saying a moment of silence? Because it used to say that.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they used to say, take a moment of silence.
But it's a reflection. So however, that's what they would say. That's all I'm saying.
And I am Chris. And again, we are M.A.J.C. And if you enjoy our podcast, make sure you go on our page, like and subscribe. Take advantage of that QR code. Stop. Spread the word about us and help us grow. Like I always say, we're just some good people. Y'all are. We are just some good people. Some of us are.
Who's not
Just-
good people?
What?
Who is not good people?
Your cousin over there ain't acting right.
What are you talking about?
We are just some good people here that are just trying to bring joy to your day and give you some knowledge too.
Until you night.
See what I'm talking about? Anyway. So ladies, how's everybody doing?
Okay. My feet hurt.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a headache. I thought it would have been gone by the time we did this, but
You need some Excedrin migraine?
nah, I took some prescription ibuprofen. It'll be kicking in soon.
What,
so.
the 800?
Yeah.
Yep.
All you got to do is take about 8 of regular. It's the same thing.
I know, but you know, I
It
don't know
sounds
if they're the
better.
same. I don't think they're the same.
It goes the same milligrams they say.
It
That's
does, but
true.
it's something different.
It's
'Cause
something
I've-
different?
Yeah, I've done both. I'm like, oh, this one doesn't. I'm still in pain with the 8 pills versus the 1 pill.
Yeah, I mean, because if it's the same, then why don't they just sell the 800 just over the counter? So it must be something extra in it.
We might need to figure that out. What y'all put in extra in this prescription?
You gonna figure that
No,
out?
I'm not.
Make a suggestion. Don't follow up. It's all right.
I'm gonna
though.
forget. I'm like, I said I was gonna do something.
It was something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I heard a joke like that. Like, how can our brain remember that we forgot something, but we can't remember what we forgot?
Yeah.
All right. So we ain't gonna ponder on that because we
My
all
brain
be
was
sitting
like,
here.
what?
Look, I heard a piece of steak sizzling in my head when you said that.
It makes
Wow.
sense.
It makes sense. It's just we ain't got that kind of time. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Since everybody said it was all right in some way, form, or fashion, we are doing something kind of interesting today. Miss Malika is loaded with topics today that she wants
Not
to talk
loaded with
See,
topics.
you just-
I have
tried-
some topics.
See, I tried to give you praise, and you just ruined it.
So loaded means something like I got lots. Like, I got something for next week. That probably won't be next week.
Yeah, I mean, well, anyway, goodness gracious. All right, so Miss Malika says you ain't got to know what's really going on.
No, there's no what's really going on. Even though this one kind of could be what's really going on.
Well, what you got?
It's why is everything or most things just made for men,
Oh, here
and
we
then
go.
we just use it.
It's like razors were just for men, and then we started using them. Now,
Yeah, and like seatbelts. The reason why they don't stay and they about cut you is because it's made for a man.
I still don't understand that.
Yeah, because it keeps moving. I'm like, this is not made for me. I get my head get cut off all the time.
Are you saying that it's not made for women or it's not made for
a
a
big
woman's
breasted
physique?
woman.
So your seatbelt doesn't move?
I mean, I used to like throw it behind me and just had the bottom part.
Just ride dirty.
Because it was in my way. It's like I need to move up, and then it's like got me stuck, and I was like, yeah, no. But I drive safe now. I mean, I guess it was my seatbelt is still on.
She had the old timey seatbelt when it was just a lap belt.
Yeah, just a lap belt. I had it on.
Now, was that made for a man? Would you say the lap belt?
No.
So
I think that's just a lap belt. They just, because everybody's got legs. Everybody don't got boobs.
so the seatbelt just got real chauvinist over the years later.
No, it's just how they're the model. It's not even about chauvinist. It's just the man right there. Even the button-down shirts. Even if you buy your size, if you have any type of boob, it's gonna come open. It's not made for any woman with some type of cleavage. You just gotta be completely flat to wear some of these button shirts.
Wow.
Okay, now hold on. Let's take a moment. Let's go back to the seatbelt. You know the seatbelts are uncomfortable for men too,
It's not about being uncomfortable. It doesn't stay in its spot.
because it go under the boobs and stuff.
No, I want it right here in the middle. And it comes over and it's cutting my neck off.
So what is it like going
So it
across your
goes-
neck and go under the one side of the boob?
It goes just to one side. It's not even under a boob. It's just moved over. It said we ain't trying to stay here. We're going that way.
So okay, so what do they have out there that can prevent that?
I don't think there's anything.
I mean, they buy. It's not like to prevent it from moving, but that one little thing, like a softer cushion thing.
Yeah, so it's not cutting your neck.
Cutting your neck.
Okay.
Or are you like up to the steering wheel, like you driving like way up here? I mean, I know you're tall, but my sister, I'm like, you supposed to be taller than me, but why are you this close to the steering wheel? Like I can't even get in. Like
Look, we already established who drives cars cool in this group.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
forgot.
remember you did the thing where you had said that how you position your hands
you
when
know,
you do the
I
steering wheel.
still think about that when I'm driving now. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm stressed. Let me relax. April, it's
Got
okay.
to do the
One hand.
do the anxiety cruise. Me, I just do the cool cruise.
Yeah, because I be holding it tight. I'm like, why am I? Oh, stress. This is the stress hold of it.
Well, like I said, I mean, when it comes to seatbelt, I do believe that they do need to redesign it. I think they should.
Something, even if it's just, maybe it's a little seatbelt thing that they got that'll stop it from moving. Because I get tired of just having to move it back over. Because it's hurting my neck. And now that I have this scar, it really bothers me.
Mm-hmm. So, and you said about the blouse. I mean, the button-down shirt. Now that one is I'm a little bit about, because with all these women clothing designers out there, how come? And they have blouses and button-downs out there that are made for women. They even have like the extra material, don't they?
When it's made, and if you have boobs, even though this is your regular size shirt, you have to go a size up because they're not.
I thought they made women's and men's shirts different as for the button. The men button from one side and the women's from another.
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I never felt any different.
But how many men button-downs you been wearing?
Not many. But I'm just like, I never felt like, oh my
See,
Yeah.
I got room to
Why
get
would-
mad because she said not many. That means it has been some she been wearing.
Oh, you trying to say because you don't wear button-down shirts?
I haven't worn only time I wear a button down is when I'm going on an interview or going to church.
I'm gonna say,
Well, I had your daddy's shirt. I would notice I had to button it from a different side.
And there's so many women that be like,
Yeah.
you're
I
like,
see 'em
wow, why is it screaming?
Yeah.
So is it
Like gonna pop open. Yeah, I know
so
that.
so is it they don't have button downs for women with boobs or button downs for women with big boobs?
It doesn't, I don't even know. It just depends. Like, it's not even about, to me, they don't look like they have big boobs. They look like they have average size boobs.
I mean, because you say they scream, and that means it's that button
It's
that you can
one
almost
button.
see
But
inside.
everywhere else it fits, but right there in the center.
What was that?
my phone.
Oh, you need to kill your frog. So yeah, okay, I get it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just, sometimes it's bigger top women, but you buy the shirt in your size. So it's like, what happened to the buttons?
Now when you buy the shirt, is it based on like what is it based on, your physique or your boobs?
It's based on, I'm buying a 2X shirt and I'm thinking that's all my shirts back there, and then I put this on and I've got to go up another size.
I think what it is, they just somebody need to come out there with a voluptuous line of clothing, button downs, everything.
I don't know how that would work because you're focusing on the boobs, and that's not what we really want you to focus on.
Ain't nobody gonna win.
It just needs to be stretchy material.
More stretchy. That's
Yeah.
all she's trying to say.
Stretchy button down. But if you have stretchy button down, ain't that scream still gonna happen in the middle?
Hopefully it will stretch it and it'll stay closer together.
Still screaming.
No, it's not.
Okay.
She said what she said.
She said what she said. I had to say something on it. Y'all didn't help.
So we talk about, perimenopause and menopause.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what
I'm
are
sorry,
men side effects? Like as you get older, what happens to you guys?
Not speaking for myself, but impotence.
What is?
Not being able to get erect.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but
Erectile dysfunction.
yeah, I'm just saying, but because men don't produce as much testosterone anymore. And, so it doesn't get that same level of stimulation as it used to when you were young, which in my opinion is, in some ways, it's a little bit more devastating than a woman going through peri.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, what I'm
Yeah,
saying
we
is,
go- we
is
You
got-
said
you not
devastating.
getting.
when hold on, let me explain. What I mean is that the situation that a woman goes through, a man can know what it is and will still be with you.
Did
Because
you just really?
hold on, what I'm saying is that you go through your mood swings, you have your moments and things like that. But we know you're going through that, but that we won't leave you for it. I mean,
You'll cheat on us for it though.
but who will get cheated on faster? A woman going through perimenopause or a man who can't get it up?
A woman going through perimenopause.
Yes, because most women, not all, are going to stay there.
Some.
Majority.
Majority, they.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
are.
don't
Definitely
know.
if you've been, just say you
And
were
then
some-
as you get older and you hit menopause, a lot of women don't care about the sex. The libido is crashed and burned. So it's like, whatever, you ain't don't want to do it, I'm happy. We living our best lives now.
Yeah, but
I know a few women at my job like that. They like,
see, that's the problem right there.
they say we done.
But you gotta understand something. Most men start to hit that portion of their life when they're dealing with stuff like that, when a woman almost at a point where she's reaching her peak. So
But that doesn't mean that woman's gonna cheat on you.
no, true. But I'm just saying, but if a woman is reaching her peak, she's gonna want to be satisfied. A lot of times she's gonna want to be satisfied by her man. And if there's a problem, I'm not saying it's for everybody that's like that, but it could be a problem. Because you want to be, because it can go from I want my man to satisfy me to where it's not happening to you just saying I want to be satisfied. And that's when it goes out. I mean, that's when people tend to go out. Women tend to go out and get it from somebody else. Get a younger guy. That's why they call them cougars.
Yeah, but most of them are not cheating on their spouse when they're doing that.
I look.
because their spouse done left them
Yeah.
for the younger woman. And what is
Yeah.
that little thing when men, when they get a certain age, they got to feel young again? What
Yeah,
is
it's at that midlife crisis.
midlife crisis.
I don't like that term. Because just the way y'all presented it out there, you make it seem like the only people that go through that is men. Women go through it too.
We in perimenopause and menopause life, so that's our midlife crisis. We in midlife.
We're trying to figure it out. Like, what is going on with my body?
Well, explain this to me. When a woman is If a 45-50-year-old woman is caking up all this makeup on her face, getting breast implants, getting butt implants, what is she going through? That's like a midlife
That
crisis.
could happen in her 20s. That's not midlife at all. Midlife is in your 40s. 40s
Okay,
on back.
but I'm just saying. But if a woman is because we know they're doing it. If they're in that age bracket and they're doing all that stuff, what is that not going through a midlife crisis?
It might be for very few people, but that doesn't normally happen in the midlife era.
Miss Ruby, I love you because I hear you over there. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. See, Miss Ruby on the honest side.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that doesn't really happen to the midlife people. You don't see they did that when they were younger.
I think most women who does that, they want to look good. Period.
Cause they know they're getting older.
Yeah, they going.
So
they
trying to
compete. They trying to stay young.
For men. 'Cause
So it's not a midlife crisis. They just feel like, okay, I need to do this, keep my body up, my boobs sitting up, and my belly.
So you're doing it to be attractive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a midlife crisis.
Okay, but if you really think about it, that's what a woman has to do. I mean, not have to do, but that's what women do to feel attractive. Is that they make themselves look like have the physique to where they can compare themselves to a younger girl.
Because the older men want younger girls.
Hold on, but an older man is doing the exact same thing, but they're doing the things that will attract a younger woman.
But she's not trying to attract a younger man.
Well, what is she trying to do?
She's trying to attract her man.
Yes.
That's looking at younger women. Oh my gosh! Well, you stop trying to make it seem like it's the same. It's not the same.
Hold on.
Men that go out there, they want younger women. You look at what's that football coach?
The football
speak
coach,
about the ridiculous
Shannon
people.
Shannon Sharp, all
There's
these men. What's
bunch
that
of
man
them.
who
But
just
see-
had a baby and he about to be 90 years
Yeah.
old? Like what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
That is not going through a midlife crisis. What that is that you are financially stable to the point to where you think you can get those kind of women. You're in a certain tax bracket that is attractive to those kind of women. Because if you had a broke
I
Shannon
don't think
Sharp,
that's, like you said, a midlife crisis. Midlife crisis is when I think of it is, we 50 and we want to get a motorcycle out of nowhere. We want to get this fast car out of nowhere.
okay, but okay.
And to get eyes looking at you feeling young again.
So if a woman
Just
go,
like that, the man get the car, the woman doing the breast job.
yes,
Trying to
that's
be
what I was
young.
finna say. That's what I was about to say. So what's the difference? How is based on what Ms. Ruby just said, if one is a midlife crisis for the guy, how come that can't be a midlife crisis situation for the woman?
Because most women at 40 something is not getting her breasts done or not getting her boobs done. Just like you said, it's the people up there that got the money. But the average everyday woman is not doing that.
Shoot, I don't know about that. You agree with that, Ms. Ruby? Exactly. Thank you, Ms.
People
Ruby.
that you know doing all that.
No.
No,
So
it, but no, it might.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I said the average everyday woman is not doing that.
So-
but the average everyday man can go find him or rent him a fast car for a day.
So if he do, he going through
He go get that motorcycle if he want to.
So he
Yep.
would. So he
Why did
going
my daddy
through,
get another motorcycle at 60 years old?
So
Why you want another motorcycle?
how come he just can't want it? Why I got
Why?
to be a midlife crisis thing?
He's crazy.
Because think about it. How come you
his
can't?
back hurt.
You got a bad back. What you need that motorcycle? You got to hold
Okay,
that
see,
thing
that's
up.
just ridiculous. I'm sorry, Chuck, to put you on the spot. But what I'm saying is, how come you can't do something? How come it can't be something that you always wanted, but you are now in an age and making a certain kind of money
What if
to
you're
where
not
you
making
can?
that money? A lot of times the men in this era, this bracket is not making that money.
To buy a motorcycle?
Yes, to buy a motorcycle. They got 5 kids.
in different areas.
Okay, let me ask you this, and you have got to be honest with me on this.
We gonna lie.
Between no, let's be real about something. Between men in their 40s and women in their 40s.
Oh Lord, drastic. I'm in my 40s and I'm going through craziness.
Hold
What about
on,
you?
hold on. You let me finish this. Okay? Between men in their 40s and women in their 40s, between the two, who would you say have the most OnlyFans out there?
I don't
OnlyFans?
know because I'm not online. So I
Who
don't
would have them? What you
Who
mean,
would
like?
you think would have the most OnlyFans out there?
What does it have to do with anything?
But what do you?
Hold on, what I'm-
Okay, I
no.
guess I'm asking, like, you talking about like putting their body on there, or like getting on there and seeing people?
No, getting on there, displaying their body. Who would you say is
Playing
doing
their
it?
body?
Women in their 40s or men in their 40s?
Women.
Okay. Why?
Money
Yeah.
To do what?
to pay bills.
To live.
That's you.
Like, nigga, I've been trying to. I want to get on OnlyFans to pay bills.
You know
my
how many
damn self.
teachers talk about that? Like, I
I'm
can just
finna-
show my feet.
I'm finna go show my feet. How much money I'm gonna get to show these toes? I'm like, come on, God, let's repair these toes. With me. Like, let's get these feet looking cute.
Men ain't. Well, it's
But
some-
men are not gonna do that because they don't want to.
They trying to see it.
They trying to see it.
we don't have men don't
Men
have.
want to see feet. Women don't care. Most of us really don't care about
your
feet.
Look, look at it like this. Men have to go through in order for a 40, almost 40 plus year old man who's going through certain things to get to actually be on something like OnlyFans. He have to do some strenuous workouts and all this other stuff. Lose weight, strenuous workout, build all this crazy muscle for that to happen. All a woman has to do.
Side effects. All I said, man, what are the men's side effects? And you talking about what men have to do on OnlyFans.
What I'm saying is that even though a woman goes through things like perimenopause, when it comes to the advantage of still putting yourself in a position to feel or look attractive, women have the advantage.
Okay, but I'm
that got
asking
to do?
about the side effects.
Side effects of
Yes,
what?
I'm asking, women have a lot of side effects.
Yes.
I'm still trying, like, I am not
So-
in a great
Oh.
headspace. And it's just like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get out of this? Why do I have to go
Now,
through
the
this?
women always been going through stuff. When you're going through at your young age, that time of the month, forever.
Yeah.
Now, when that ends, you're going through another cycle of life.
Yeah.
So what are the men?
And then another
What,
cycle.
what
of life.
cycle do they go through?
We don't go through a cycle that intense like what women do. We
Oh,
don't
okay.
do that. But we still have our share of things that we deal with.
What you deal with?
He
I
said
just told
ED.
you your wee don't get right.
Okay.
That's one thing.
What
A
else?
whole lot
That's all we can have. That's all we
Obviously,
can
'cause I done
have.
seen them men get on a little stimulator for period pains, and y'all can't handle it.
No, we can't. We already established
They're
that.
like, okay, go wash the dishes with this on.
but
They
do-
can't. They falling apart. Like,
Do y'all,
Everyday
y'all,
life.
Multi-jobs. We gotta sweep
y'all
up, go to
don't
work.
realize
Take care of
that. Do y'all have any idea the impact that happens on a man if he can't get it up? Why you think they call it the manhood?
Because so that bothers a lot of men, which
Yes.
I get.
Their egos and everything.
Yeah,
All
I get
that
it.
is tied to. All of that is tied to.
It's bothersome.
okay,
Exactly.
ego versus okay.
But if you, but
Your
they
two
could,
things
But wait a
versus-
minute,
okay.
hold on. But they
I'm
look
just
at it.
trying to
Though.
make
Look
it
at it
make
like this,
sense.
April. Women, y'all go through a lot. Y'all go through all kind of stuff that works against your emotions, works against your feelings, works against your hormones, all that. I get it. But that one thing from a man takes a toll on all those things for a man too. Because it's all related. If you can't get it up, it works. It attacks you. It attacks your self-worth. It attacks your ability to make your woman happy. It attacks you mentally because you know you can't make your woman happy. It's the same difference in a sense. It's just not as profound as what y'all deal with. Yes, April, you raised your hand. What you got?
Didn't they make a pill for y'all?
Yes.
Don't they got a pill for perimenopause?
No.
Don't they got pellets? Don't they got something?
Okay,
No.
so
They
thank
got
you.
pellets and a
What's the
cream.
hell is a pellet?
So pellets go somewhere in your lower back, and it secretes hormones.
So
for,
see,
like for a few months.
we don't
But it
hear-
doesn't always work. I got one that swears by it, and I got one that's like. I
you
don't know
think
what it's
Viagra and
But
all?
we don't know. A lot of women don't know about that.
and it's expensive. 300 and something every 3 months.
Who has that?
Yes.
Versus a $5 pill that you can get. I don't
Look,
know how much
Viagra
that costs.
used to be really expensive.
It used to be.
They got them
But-
everywhere. They got them in the convenience stores now.
Yes. And 300 and something a month. Insurance does not cover.
Okay, look, all right. So they make it expensive. I get it, but it is a solution.
No, it's not a solution.
It's a solution that
it's
helps.
It's an option, and you hope it helps. Just like I said, one swears by it, and the other one's like, I don't even feel any difference.
You know, men feel that same way about Viagra. It don't work for all men.
Yeah, but they got plenty of different kind of pills for y'all.
But and just like that one thing for a woman, like the pill it's not guaranteed for every man. It won't. It's for some it'll work for some it won't.
Mm-hmm. So you know people that don't work for?
Yes. My uncle who passed years ago was getting it from a friend of his who it wasn't working for him, but he was getting it. He was paying an arm and a leg for it, but it wasn't working for him, so he was selling it.
Oh, so he was selling it. I was just like, why is he still getting it if he ain't
No, he ain't
working?
getting it no more. He ain't getting it no more.
I know he's not getting it anymore, but I'm talking about you said it wasn't working for him, but he was getting it. And
Well,
I was
he
like,
was he was ex-military. I'm sorry, not my uncle, but his friend. His friend was ex-military. You know, he had reached that point in his life, and they told him they was giving him Viagra. Viagra wasn't working for him, but he knows it worked for some people. So instead of him just saying, "Listen, I'm not. This medicine don't work for me," and trying something else, he decided to make money off of it because it works for some people. So my uncle was one of the people he sold it to, and he used to knock them down. But my point is, just like everything, just like any medication out there, regardless of how you look at it, it works for some, and it don't, and it works for others, and it don't work for everybody.
yes. But you were trying to say that it works, and it's an option. It's not a thing. It's an option. There are topical creams. There's a few things that are out there.
Yeah.
That people can try.
It is.
But
You're right.
like you said, it doesn't work for everybody.
That's true.
And everybody can't afford certain things.
That's okay, and you're right. You're absolutely right. But my point is that we don't go through perimenopause, but we go through something for us that can maybe not necessarily physically compare to how it does y'all, but it takes a stronger it's mentally devastating to us.
It's mentally devastating to us too.
I know, but y'all ask what do men go through?
Yes,
and
that's all you got.
that's enough. I think I defended us pretty good.
Um,
Leave me alone.
No.
Okay.
You just cut it out. Now,
you tried.
I didn't try, succeeded.
You tried, man.
No.
Because it's just like the things that we go through. Sometimes you want to be able to have sex or whatever, but then you can't because it's super dry. You got some type of discharge. It hurts. It's so many things.
You're right. But look at it like that. Y'all have that many things.
That's just talking about sex. That hadn't talked about the brain fog. That hasn't talked about the hips, the joint pain, the tendonitis, the headaches.
but look at it like this. Y'all have all those different things that can prevent you from having sex. All we got is one, and it can prevent us from having sex. Once that goes down, you can't do anything. Some of those things that you just said, you can almost power through.
No, if it's stabbing like knives,
What I'm saying is that
if it's discharge, why would you want to power through?
I said something. Like, say for instance, if you're mentally not there, like the brain fog you had said, if that's there, you might not necessarily enjoy it to the point of if you have sex, but you can still have sex even if you're doing it just for him.
Yeah, but I was just talking, that brain fog had nothing to do with sex. That was just another
But I'm just saying, but
brain fog is just, I can't remember.
Well, babe, why are you bitching? But what I'm saying is
Can't
that.
remember.
But what I'm saying is, you said that was one of the things that could be happening that can prevent you from having sex, right?
No, my thing, I said the pain, the discharge, the dryness. There was another one. That can prevent you from having sex, and that messes with you mentally because you like, oh, he's gonna end up leaving me because I can't do nothing.
Okay. All right.
Not that you don't want to, you just like can't do it.
Okay. Let's talk about the three things you said that can prevent that. All right. The dryness. They have lubes out there that you can use, and you can have sex.
So what about the pain?
Okay. The pain that depends on the person. I'm taking your words. That depends on the person, because you have some people, some ladies who just can't deal with it, and you have some ladies out there that'll power through it.
Depends on the pain, where they think it could be endometriosis, where that feels like knives. That can happen during perimenopause, or then you got your discharge that you're like, I don't even know where this came from.
Look here, y'all can jump in so it don't make it look like it's just me and her. No, don't you point the finger like.
There's no response right
No,
now.
well, hold on. We let's go keep going a little bit. So, but like I said, for the dryness, you have lubes. For the pain, it depending on what kind of pain it is, sometimes you power through. Now the discharge, you need to leave alone. That's one of those ones you don't need to do it. If a guy just simply cannot get up, what can he do?
Go to bed.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Go to bed.
Go to bed. See, but what ain't happening?
It's all right.
You ain't getting no yum.
But all the things I said, that's not gonna happen either.
No, but what I'm saying is that you have options. With the 3 things that you said that you couldn't have sex, you have options for at least 2 of them to where the sex can still happen.
If it's painful, no.
No, look, depending on the pain, depending
That's
on the
not
person.
an option. So the pain, if it's pain, it's pain. Pain is not it. You don't want pain, especially going in the beginning. You're like, this ain't it.
I know, but you have some women out there that have a high pain tolerance and they push through. I'm not saying they go.
The high pain tolerance, that means they don't feel the pain until later on.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that you have some that will push through it, even if it's for the sake of just they're pleasing their man.
Yes, and then they probably will get something later.
Okay, y'all just need to get together, get a book, and order some toys.
But toys ain't gonna really do nothing for a guy who just cannot get it up. If he's flaccid and there's nothing he can do to work on it to get it going, because getting for a man to get erect, that's a mental thing. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to be turned on. But if there's that disconnect between the man's brain and what's going on down there, it doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
So,
but
that's the main thing that just
turn on at all.
No, but that's the thing. He can be turned on, but that disconnect between his brain and down there is just completely. It's either just malfunctioning or it's completely severed. Most men who get like that, why do you think most men when they deal with that, they actually feel bad? Because they want to please their woman and they just can't. And like I said, we call it the manhood for a reason. You know, because a lot of guys, their whole thing about being a man is tied to just that thing down there. They feel like if they pleasing a woman, they a man. Mm-hmm. You know,
other than having the job.
Well, but I'm just saying. But let's be real. You have guys out there that think like that. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why you have male hoes and stuff out there, because they feel like the whole God's gift to women. Mm-hmm. It ain't really got nothing to do with money. Mm-hmm. It's all about what they got down there. So when you take that one thing that a lot of men like that have pride in, that they happy with, how do you think what kind of effect do you think it'll have on them mentally?
Yes, he'll be depressed.
All right. Now, I'm strong, so I said that. Okay. Now,
okay.
We are, okay, so hold on, baby. So we are at that halfway point. You got some random facts?
No.
One thing.
You got another one?
So the other question is, so I was watching old soap opera.
Oh, no.
Knots Landing.
Oh, God.
So in this episode, the one lady is pregnant, but she's in a relationship with another dude when she finds out she's pregnant. And she thinks it's his, and then the doctor's like, oh, you're 3, almost 4 months pregnant. She's like, oh, that's not his baby. She tells him, so he knows. Now, the baby daddy don't know that this baby is his. But the question is, would you, as the man in the relationship, be able to accept this other man's baby? Because in the beginning, for that hot second, you thought it was your baby, but then you found out that it wasn't. And not because she cheated on you.
Because she cheated on
No,
him?
not.
Because they wasn't together.
Knots Landing.
Yeah.
Knots Landing cheat on.
No, they was not together at the time.
So they wasn't landing.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm like, you better stay with me. I would stay with you. You had a baby before me.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I think it's one of those things where the man will accept it, but he has to process it. That right there is a real processing thing right there, because you're thinking that the child is yours. You find out that the child isn't yours, even though all this happened before you. It's the fact that your woman who you're with is having a child by another guy. That's a lot to process. You know, so I mean, and I would say from the beginning, a man can be torn between, like that song say, should I stay or should I go? But of course, but in reality, if you love that woman, then you're still going to do the processing, but in the end, you're going to stay with her. You're going to stay with her. But I mean, but it's not going to take a, I think through as time goes on, like once the child is born, depending on where that child is when it comes to him and the actual daddy, can actually determine the type of relationship that they will have. Because you know, you have some men that can be with a baby from day one, and that child, they grow to love that child looks at them as the dad, and then there's the relationship. But you know, it's just a, like I said, it's just a processing thing. But in all, it's not like you can fault your woman for that, because it was before you.
Yeah.
So you can't just, you know, look down on the woman for like, why are you having this man baby before we met? Can't do that.
Yeah.
But it can be a devastating shot to a guy.
Yeah.
It can be very devastating to him, because he's thinking one thing, and it's the absolute worst thing it could be. It could be another guy's child.
Well, luckily this lady was honest with him.
Yeah.
Because it could have went where she's like, I know it's not his, but I'm gonna just play it all the way out until something happened. Then there's a blood test, and then it's like,
yeah, you're right. Now, see, now that's the worst thing you could do, because even if it was before your time, if you're talking about years down the line, a man is gonna think you cheated on me. I mean, like, well, the timeline don't make sense. Yeah, it do. We don't care. You cheated on me.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my opinion on it. But you know, but like you always say, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because you have some people out there, some men out there that just can't accept that at all.
Yeah.
They'll look at that as betrayal, even though you didn't. That's how they'll look at it. Like, you know, it's a crazy situation. It really is.
Yeah, he won't look at that kid as his.
You know,
even if he stays, he might not look at the kid.
Right. But then, like I said, but it also depends on how the relationship between that child and that guy is. It's almost like,
and being that in the storyline, it's so much to it. But then the ultimate part is that she didn't tell the biological dad that this is his baby.
But you know what?
Which is gonna probably come back and get her. But
well, now in a situation like that, you know, the guy who thought it was his, that ain't really got nothing to do with him, because that's gonna be a
no. But he can look at that as like, okay, I can really treat this child as my child, because the dad is really not in the
He don't
picture.
even know.
yeah.
He
But
don't
see,
even know.
but who's at fault for that though?
That's the mom.
All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's almost like a man who was with his woman, and they separated, and he got with another woman and got her pregnant. And they and the woman that he was originally with, they reconciled things.
Yeah.
A couple of months down the line, it's like you find out, you know, he said, listen, while we were separated, I was with this other woman, and she ended up being pregnant. It's like,
that's what happened on that show.
baby, see,
The lawyer show.
See how she started pointing.
Reasonable Doubt.
But I'm just saying, but you see how in a situation like that, what would y'all do?
Yeah, but in that Reasonable Doubt show, she was not happy, even though they were separated at the time, and she found out he got somebody else pregnant that belongs to the kid's school.
Yeah, like you got another mom pregnant. That would be hard.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a person I don't even know.
Yeah, nowhere associated with my other kids that we have.
Yeah. Not
Just if you know the woman, you know what kind of depend on that woman's other attitude. Well, she bring the baby mama drama.
You just never know, because you might think, oh, she's not.
She's not gonna do none of that. Then
They'll be like, get the moves.
Yeah, because she still might have feelings for him.
That's
Yeah.
true. But Miss Ruby, hold that thought. Baby, how would you deal with that?
How would I deal with it?
That situation?
There's
a break, baby.
Break baby, okay.
break, baby.
Ooh.
That would be, depending on how long this break was. If this only a couple of weeks, I'm not going to deal with it very well.
Well, let's just say it was. Apparently, it was a couple of months because the woman is 2 months pregnant. At least 2 months pregnant.
Well, see, I think they was like on a break. I don't know. They didn't really say if you sit down and stop doing the moms. Seemed like they was like on a break for like a year or so, because she was doing whatever she wanted to do with plenty of guys, and
Yes, and he was watching.
and he was watching.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Goodness.
but he do it with one person,
One
person,
and then they got pregnant.
and got pregnant.
And that's because he didn't protect himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do, baby?
If y'all was on a break for 5 months, and
It would be hard. It'd be a lot of processing.
Okay, but what would you do? Would you keep the guy or?
I probably would stay with the person. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of processing.
Oh heck yeah, absolutely.
It's like
the random questions at random times or the triggers, like, let me ask you this.
but I wouldn't have any triggers because we were separated.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah.
But
you're right.
but you know that still won't take away the fact that you're upset that it happened.
Yeah, but I was saying we wouldn't have any triggers because it wouldn't be like, oh, this is why you were late coming in.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Well, all right. Well, baby, look, these are some serious subjects here.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah,
Yes, that's all of them.
that's all of them.
All right. Well, let's fun this thing up a little bit. Well, kinda.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got some here too. All right, so this is just really a matter of opinion, but I gotta ask: is it possible to go overboard when you're taking care of your children?
What do you mean?
Like, say for instance, when you have your children, you take care of everything for them. You know, in their teens, you take care of everything for them. When they become adults, you take care of everything for them. Is that like a good thing or a bad thing? What would y'all think?
I would say it's bad because as an adult, why am I taking care of everything?
Because you're the mom and you feel, or the dad or the parents, and that's what you've been
That's some
doing.
parents like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
and-
understand, but I'm just like, one day I'm gonna die, and I need you to be able to take care of you.
So you saying it is a point to where it can be overboard?
Yes.
Okay.
But they can't take care of themselves. They can't handle it. They don't know how to pay the bill. They don't know how to get a job because they just probably staying at home, not working.
Yeah,
The
you
mama.
just sitting in the house.
Or they done got a job and can't take care of the bills because they relied on you to help them all the time with their bills.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the reason why I brought that up was because, you know, I mean, I've seen some people in a situation like that to where they couldn't take care of themselves simply because their parents took care of everything, and it's like bills, everything. They just took care of all of it. And when it, you know, and not necessarily the parents passed away, but one of the parents passed away and the other parent got real sick, and they were pretty much at a loss.
And then I do nothing.
Couldn't do anything, and then and that whole lack of knowledge just started to really backfire on them, and they had nobody to go to.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was a situation that I've seen. As a matter of fact, you know, I was talking with one of my coworkers and we was talking about that. So I figured it'd be a good idea to bring that
Yeah,
subject
I mean that's
Yeah,
why
I see
my
that.
my philosophy, because of Dre passing and I've dealt with my dad passing. It was just, you gotta learn how to do this. I'm not gonna always be here. I need you to be okay. I need to know that you're gonna be okay. I've given you everything.
Take
that
care of yourself. You can do something to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But you know, y'all make a really good point about something. Some parents, Ms. Ruby, you're right. Some parents are like that. Some parents find it hard to actually pull away and let their child take care of it. And I think to a certain degree, that is not only would I say it's because that they've been doing it for so long, but some parents may feel like they can't trust their child to do it. It's almost like they feel like their child can't do this without them. And
Yeah.
even that way of thinking is bad.
Turn it down.
Yeah, but sometimes the parents,
Codependency. That's what that is.
they had a rough life, so they try to make their life for their kids
Exactly.
so easy.
Exactly.
No, you're not doing it. No,
You're doing them a
just
disservice. Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So I totally understand where y'all coming from. All right.
Yeah, but there's the parents that are codependent, where they feel like my child can't do anything without me. I can't survive without my child. That's my best friend.
Yeah,
You
they
need
want to
some-
pick their partner for them and everything. But they do. You got parents like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They are. Now I don't know about this one. This other one I got now.
Oh.
All right. So I got one more for you ladies, and then we'll go to the game. All right. Now, Miss Ruby, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why I was laughing when I did this one. I was laughing, and for some reason you kept coming to mind because I started thinking about how you were when I first met you. All right, but anyway, what we gonna do is this is one of these things. We gonna go around the room for this one.
I'm
All right,
listening.
here we go.
Okay.
So you're getting to know this guy. That's how I like to start off stuff. You're getting to know this guy, and he's a really great guy. He's really great with you. You enjoy each other's company. Stop, babe. You always have a good time when you're with each other. He makes great money, but most importantly, he is absolutely crazy about you.
That's sweet.
All right, he's crazy about you. The only downside, if you choose to see it that way, is that he is a full new stripper at a Touched Allowed all ladies club. Now, to him, it's just a job.
I get it.
Nothing.
That's like
Hold
porn
on,
stars.
stay holding. Let me finish. To him, it's just a job. No more, no less. But again, he is 100% interested in you. And he wants to take it to the next step. Would you do it? Why or why not?
Would I do it?
Well, baby, you already speak.
Sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
We all getting tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a trust thing with me. 'Cause
It's
I'm
definitely
like,
gonna
a
be a
lot of
trust.
women are touching you, and you're saying, I understand you saying it's just a job. Like, what if you put all your energy and then you come out with me and you have that erectile dysfunction all of a sudden with me? 'Cause you done had it up and had to do all the extra stuff to keep it up for them, and now I don't get anything.
That would be sad.
Well, if he's 100% interested in you, then you probably be the only one that can able to get it up.
But then he got a job.
That's
But
his
like I
job.
said, but he only looks at it as a job.
Yeah, but if he can't get it up for his job, he's
It
gonna
does
get
take
fired.
energy to do all that.
Well, okay, this is something
It's a
else,
mental
y'all.
thing.
Listen, this is the other thing y'all need to know. Most of these guys who do that stuff, they
Awesome.
don't be stimulated. They use pumps to get it a certain size so it'll look good, and go out there and do their thing and be done.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Look.
It's just like,
All right, look, I ain't gay or nothing, but I'm gonna just say this: if you notice, if a guy is erect, he's pointing which way.
I have no idea.
At the woman who's with,
If he is turned on by his woman, which way is it going?
where his woman is.
Straight.
Straight
Oh,
up,
shit.
one,
I mean,
one
shit.
of those directions,
I
right?
mean, my bad. Yeah.
But
sure.
if it's not, which way is it pointing?
don't know.
Kind of on the left
Damn.
side. Big, but it's
Like,
naked.
what are you really trying to say to us?
What I'm saying is
know
that
these
look,
answers.
what I'm yes you do. What I'm saying is that if we're not stimulated, if we're not erect, it's pointing down.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If we're stimulated or we're turned on, it's either pointing, as Miss Ruby say, straight.
Okay.
You say it pointed towards you,
Yeah.
or it's up. All right. It's we're stimulated.
Okay.
Most of those guys, even though they have size on them, they're pointing down.
Okay.
Never
But
seen-
anyway,
never
so would
been
you
with
would you go with the guy? Would you be with him?
It would
I-
take a minute to trust him. and
Yeah.
Get to know him.
Yeah. it would be, I don't know how long this relationship would last because of getting that trust foundation settled. So he'd probably be done. Like,
So
asking me, he's gonna be done. I didn't say I wouldn't try it. I'd just be like.
So eventually it'll be gone, regardless of how good he is to you, regardless of how much he shows.
You're missing what I'm saying. He will be done with me because I'm gonna be on edge all the time, and he's gonna be tired.
You gonna make him run.
You supposed to be here an hour ago. All that.
Yeah.
But also look at it like this. Let's just say you know his schedule. You know he go to the club. He's there for 4, maybe 5 hours, and he comes home.
Mm-hmm.
If he's following that schedule to a T,
Yeah.
would you still have a trust issue?
For a while till we get established. It's like, so it's like how long is his patience?
Gonna be with me.
Yes.
And then firstly, you're gonna have to figure out something else you want to do because you can't do that till you're 60 years old.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, that
They
that
like
is
the
true.
women who's a stripper. I mean, you know, most of them are trying to be in school or do something after that because they know they can't be a stripper all their life.
That is true.
So, like, it would be us really communicating, like, okay, what is your timeline for this? I know you're making all this money, but what is your timeline for this? I know you don't want to be a stripper all your life. It's not even possible.
So you want to know his 5-inch player?
Yeah, you need to let me know because I need to know how long I'm gonna deal with this. And then women in the street recognize them like, oh, I remember. Yeah, no, I got a problem. I mean, like, I need to know.
Yeah.
And you gotta
it'll be just how
reassurance.
long he can handle the questions until we get on the routine. And even if that routine is
He better be calling. I'm gonna be stalking. I will have the Life 360 on him. I will be.
Could you go and watch him perform?
no, I don't think I could.
Ms. Ruben, could you?
I don't know.
I'm not even into that, so
it
that's
would
not my
cross
thing.
my mind.
Yep. Because remember them Chippendales? That's why I was like, oh,
What?
Chippendales.
Oh yeah.
That's why
I was like, I don't like that stuff.
Baby, you're good at 2 shoes. We know that.
Yeah,
I love you,
I've been
though.
to what, 2, 3?
I mean, I'm
Times?
Yeah.
Over the years. Yeah. Well, my girlfriends invited, and I went out with them.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm
I
staying
didn't
all the way in the back
Yeah.
because I don't want them to call me up. No.
Yeah.
They come back there, too.
Come
Yeah.
get me.
No,
Let
we
me
went out one
see.
time with Diana. They had
Yes.
a big birthday
Yeah.
party and they had
Um,
they bought a stripper in.
Yeah.
Had a good time,
Did
didn't you,
y'all
Ms.
have
Ruben?
one at Mary's? Bridal shower or whatever it was, right before she got married?
I don't think
Somebody
so.
said y'all had a stripper.
I don't
Nah.
think so.
Look,
we
y'all
all
know
the
Merchant
same.
might be listening to this.
I don't know.
Like- So I heard you had one of them N-words at your bridal shower. What his name is so I can find him and beat him down.
No.
All right. So y'all ready to go and get to the game?
Yes.
All right. We're going to get to the game. The game today is By the Letter, the remix. Answering the question, no matter how crazy it is, it's even harder when you're going by the letter. So, Ms. Ruby, you've played this, right?
The first time.
All right. What it is that you give me a letter.
Oh, I'll give you, okay.
You give me a letter. I give you 3 phrases that's part of I give you a phrase, but it's a 3-part sentence thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you give the letter that you give me, everything that the answer at the end has to start with that letter. So again,
Have to start with that letter.
yeah, so remember the example I gave was that, let's just say you chose the letter P.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it said, her favorite color is purple.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks it's very pretty.
Oh.
So her favorite fruit is plums. Everything you say starts with the P. And when
you
I
made it
point to
very
you,
easy there, huh?
yeah. So whenever I point to you, you just have to say that word that
Oh.
starts with that letter.
Okay.
So since I'm already talking to you, we'll start with you and we'll go around the circle.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
So give me your letter.
G.
G. To sound just like a,
Girl.
you must squeeze your,
Girl.
you can't use the same word twice. You're what? Goo-goos.
Squeeze your gum.
Squeeze your gums?
Your gum. Your gum. You're chewing gum.
Okay. So you must squeeze your, go on,
I'm going with that.
and stick your finger in your,
Gold.
In your gold. Okay.
G-O-L-D.
Remember, I saw the
I
trade
would have
sport.
said gum again because that's a different gum.
No. You can't say that word.
But I said, no, I couldn't.
No, you ain't pointing your gums and putting your finger together.
Two different gums.
No, you can't do that.
Yes, I can because it's two different things.
Baby.
Girl and girl is the same girl.
No.
Gum and gum is two different gums.
You can't use the same word even if it means something different. No. All right, baby, we back at you. Where you going there?
She gotta go potty. I'm in the potty stage.
Okay, well, it's good. At least she potty. There's a lot of grown folks out there that still need it. All right, baby. So pick your letter.
Letter L.
Is that because you yawned? The letter L. You ready?
Yeah.
You jumped off a
Lemon.
and lost all of your,
Liquid.
but you still have plenty of.
Lice.
I thought you were going to say lice. Okay. No lice.
That would have made sense.
That would have made sense. So we're gonna take a little small intermission because April had to go and help Olivia with the training. So we will be right back. And we're back. So everything straight, April?
Yeah.
All right. So now it's your turn. You are number 3. So pick a letter.
T.
T. T. All right, you ready? When I point to you, you gotta say the word. Why did I eat all his?
Toast.
Now he won't give me any.
T.
I hope he don't find out about the.
She's trying to make it make
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not supposed to.
No, you
whatever,
just got to say
seconds.
it.
Because I come
Well, you
up
might
with
well-
Toast. T.
Toast tea.
find out about the toes.
Sure. Toes.
Baby.
She want to make sense of it. It's hard to. Because your brain wants to make sense of it.
Well, it don't. If it makes sense, fine. If it don't, that's fine too. I think
That's why
when
it takes so long, because you wanted to make it sense.
yeah, I know. But when it don't make sense, I think that's when it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's when it's fun.
All right. So Ms. Ruby, back to you.
Okay.
All right, give me a letter.
D.
I accidentally stepped on a.
Donut.
I actually thought it was some.
Dust.
Dog.
Now my feet smells like.
Dog shit.
Doo-doo.
Y'all need to stop.
What? I didn't do that.
Yes, you did. You
didn't
and
say-
April was gunning on it, didn't you?
I didn't say a word this time.
She just pointed.
Why? Oh, that's your substitute for saying something.
Like, you got it.
In support.
Oh my goodness. All right, baby, you ready?
Yes.
What's your letter?
My letter is something hard. Q.
Oh my gosh, I don't know no cute queen. That's all I know.
You got some words in your mind? All right, we finna find out. All right. He looked up at her
Quack.
and noticed she only had one.
Quarter.
So he went to the store and bought her some.
I feel like
Quakers.
there you go.
Y'all need to stop.
We didn't even have to say queen. Or quiet.
Y'all need to stop. April, how you gonna throw your hands up in celebration for her answer?
We did it.
Yes.
Man, you talk some yes.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Y'all
Yes.
cheat.
We didn't
That's
cheat.
cheat. Yes, it is cheat. You were supposed to care with that stuff when you picked that hard
Which?
letter.
That's all I was coming with.
Well, say it. Quick.
Which?
You said career one time.
Yeah. Quiche. They didn't think about quiche.
See, there you go. All right. April, you ready?
Sure.
What's your letter?
A letter. W.
W.
That's what we're gonna do. Try to go hard.
All right. The last time you wiped your.
I don't have a wee wee, but yes.
I accidentally got the stuff on some,
The window.
but I blamed the whole thing on my.
Woman next door.
You blame the woman next door for wiping your wee-wee on the window.
Yeah.
You said it didn't have to make sense.
It don't have to make sense. It's hilarious,
I would have
though.
said wipers.
See,
Because it was a window. I was like, car. Windshield wipers.
all right, Miss Ruby, what you got? What's your letter?
A.
A. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you bake some,
Apples.
you tend to use too much.
Abram.
Now your food tastes like a
Ass.
Asshole.
asshole. Boy, them apples. It's that. It's all. It's that
and
cider.
I was like,
All I said was thinking applesauce. Like, I don't know too much applesauce.
Apples taste like ass. Hole. All right, baby, you ready?
yes.
Throw it.
What's your letter?
My letter is
Don't do that.
R.
Okay.
R.
I was like, please don't do X. I
Tell you,
don't know,
please
no X
choose
word.
a Wheel of Fortune common letter. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So watching the moon fake makes you feel very,
Rageful.
and even though you can't,
Run.
you make do by climbing on a
River.
You
climbed
climb
on
a
the river.
Okay. All right.
Tina Turner will be proud.
I did good. Letter R.
Yes.
That didn't make sense to me for a minute. Old statement. All right, April, what's
S.
your letter? S.
S.
Oh, y'all playing it safe now. Your girls and you went to a,
Strip club.
but all the men there look like some.
Sissies.
Says Hayes. One even had on a pair of.
Stinking underwear. I don't know. Strap on. I don't know.
What? No! No!
Stocking.
Babe, I ain't gonna say that to you no more. Baby said, sissy. All right.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We down to the last three, so everybody get one more.
goodness.
All right, Miss Ruby, what's your letter?
P.
P.
Purple.
All right, here we go. The best way to get a big,
Pumpkin.
you have to give it plenty of.
I was thinking something.
Pull.
Oh,
And rub it till it starts to
I was thinking all different.
Purple.
burp. Hey, bro, I know what you were thinking.
I was thinking P, but you said say it again. Start off from the beginning.
I said the best way to get a big,
Penis.
you have to give it plenty of
Pool.
and rub it till it start to.
Point. I was like, oh my gosh, she picked it perfect. Oh,
All right, April.
you said P. I was just going.
Rub it till it start to point. Boy, see that penis conversation.
Yeah, she was all into it. Okay.
All right, baby, you ready?
Yes.
What's your letter?
My letter is O.
Oh.
Oh, wait, oh no.
All right. You cannot find your.
Octopus.
You looked everywhere, even in the.
Outside.
But you found it in your
Ocean.
safe.
Oh.
That was safe. All right, April, what's your letter? Last one.
Oh, C.
C.
Nobody did C, yeah.
All right. You made a wish to have a good,
Christmas.
and it needed to have a lot of.
Candy, cars,
Instead, you end up getting a bumpy.
coochie. I don't know.
That sounds bad.
All right.
Why you making that face, man?
It's lumpy.
Bumpy coochie.
I don't know where that came from.
All right. Well, look. That concludes the games. Y'all did pretty good on that one. April, you just had to have that P one.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
that,
not what you're supposed to say.
that P, the P, the S, them, they give you an onslaught of words you can throw in there. All right. Well, look, like I said, y'all, that concludes the game. So, does anybody have anything else?
No.
Go watch the movie Straw. It's amazing.
Is it good?
Yeah, you're gonna cry.
Yeah, that's what she told me when she came and did my hair. She said it was really good.
Is it like John Q?
No.
Okay, because you
It,
know.
it would put you in the mind of something like that, but no, it's like it's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Tyler Perry has really
That movie right there, I think that's like the best movie and I've seen that Tyler Perry right there.
That's what she said.
Really?
I said my favorite one from his is The Family That Prayed.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
She said that was a whole no. She said this one, that straw, was a whole lot better.
you know, I think Tyler Perry has gotten to the point where he just kind of letting loose on his movies, because you know a lot of his movies was to a point of sending a positive message and all that stuff, but I think he's really starting to let go, and I think it's working for him.
I mean, it's not even it's a positive, but it's like showing you black women and the stuff we have to deal with and struggle with, and nobody wants to help us.
Like the last straw.
Yeah. And it's really, she just, like you said, she just snapped. Like, not snap and kill people, but he just, like, she don't know what to do anymore.
Right.
In a way. It just, yeah. It was really good. Now, then, after I seen that, then it's a movie finna come out with him, Tyler Perry, a wedding destination wedding. That he's gonna come out in August.
You mean Final Destination?
No, wedding destination. With, you know, it's Tyler Perry, but it's Medea.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All the white people gonna love that.
Yeah. him.
White people love Medea.
They do. That's
Ah,
what they do.
From the get, when Medea hit, they was all
I
over more
guess
than
when
we were.
Medea hit, like, not the play Medea, but
Yeah,
the movie Medea.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Wow.
I've been seeing that in the play. Like,
I did not. know.
Yes, they went Cartersville line out the door around the building.
Wow.
Every time Medea movie came out, it was packed.
yeah. So
Wow, I
Netflix he making Netflix some money.
I did not know that.
Ever since Straw came out, it's been #1 every day so far.
I've seen it, but I guess you know we'll check it out because you know.
You seen it? I thought you watched it.
No. I'm saying I've seen it in the list, the ad. You know, it looks intense. So
It is. It's really good.
making the men look bad.
It makes one man look bad, but I mean, but like I said, you just have to watch it.
You know, we're gonna be checking it out, baby.
Not today.
Okay.
Not in that mode yet.
All right. Well, so again, we would like for you to like and subscribe to our page. Again, help us grow. Take advantage of that QR code and share our existence out there with your friends and family, and you know, help our subscribers get up. So on that note, we are going to go ahead and end this podcast. So panel, if y'all don't have anything else, everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
You all have a good one. We truly hope you enjoyed this episode from all of us here on Magic Mics. If so, please be so kind as to like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on new episodes. Also spread the word about us to help us grow. Sponsorship is also welcome. Until next time, be safe, stay blessed, and be a good human.